Welcome to the Deep Dive, the show where we really try to cut through the noise and get you, well, truly informed.
Great to be here.
So today, we're digging into a question that feels more pressing than ever. In this world, it's saturated with data.
Absolutely.
How do these massive organizations, we're talking governments, defending nations, global corporations running these incredibly complex supply chains, how do they make critical decisions when they're not just dealing with data, but practically drowning in it?
It's a huge challenge, like trying to navigate in a fog.
Exactly. Imagine trying to steer, I don't know, a supertanker through a hurricane, but all your charts, your weather reports, your engine diagnostics are scattered across like 1,000 different screens, none of them talking to each other.
Yeah, it's chaos. A recipe for disaster, really.
What if instead there was something like a single digital brain? Something that could seamlessly process all that fragmented info, but also intelligently recommend, help make decisions, and even execute actions automatically, all from one place.
Well, that's the dream, isn't it, for so many organizations? The sheer volumes, the speed, the variety of data now,
Mm.
it can be completely overwhelming.
Right.
What should be insight becomes just overload, paralysis.
Yeah.
Companies aren't just looking to see their data anymore.
You need more.
They desperately need to understand it, connect it to the real world, their actual operations. And then, this is the crucial part, act on that understanding. Fast, decisively.
Exactly. And that, for you, our curious listener, brings us right to the heart of today's deep dive.
Hmm.
We're pulling back the curtain on Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR, a company that's, well, it's long been wrapped in a bit of mystique, hasn't it? Almost legendary tales, especially because of where it came from.
Definitely has that reputation.
But today, it's rapidly expanding its reach, moving way beyond its origins, deep into commercial sectors, and making some serious waves with its, well, pretty unique approach to AI and data.
And our mission today, it's really tailored for you. We are going to demystify Palantir thoroughly
We'll break down the tech, try to get a handle on their unique philosophy towards AI and data.
and explore its impact, not just on different industries, but maybe even on the future of work itself.
So whether you're, a tech pro dealing with enterprise software headaches every day, or just someone curious about what's shaping tomorrow's operational world.
Our goal is for you to walk away with a really clear, comprehensive understanding, and we'll use plenty of analogies to help make sense of it all.
Okay, so let's kick off with an initial snapshot, the elevator pitch, maybe. Or as our sources put it, the easy one-line summary.
Yeah, what's the essence?
Palantir essentially sells something like a data operations headquarters plus a business automation factory, all rolled into one.
Okay. Data HQ plus automation factory. I like that.
Think of it as the ultimate digital brain for an organization. Its core platforms: Gotham, that's mainly for government and defense; Foundry, tailored for enterprises, civilian companies; and AIP, artificial intelligence platform.
Right? AIP is the newer piece,
Yeah.
really focused on integrating generative AI into like real world operations, hands-on stuff.
Exactly. And here's a kicker. Their recent financial performance. Pretty stunning. Q2 2025. Their revenue hit $1 billion for the quarter. First time ever.
Wow. $1.25 billion.
And their U.S. commercial revenue, just that piece surged, grew an incredible 93% year over year.
93%. That's massive growth in the commercial space.
It's a huge leap. Really signals strong market traction, doesn't it?
It absolutely does. That kind of financial performance, especially that near doubling in U.S. commercial, it really underlines this growing demand for what Palantir offers.
Yeah.
It signals a real turning point, I think. Moving beyond just those well-known government contracts and really establishing themselves as a major player in the enterprise world, offering solutions that, well, clearly resonate with businesses struggling with data complexity and the need to be more agile.
Okay, so we've seen the financial muscle. Now let's peel back the layers and try to understand the beating heart rate. What makes this company tick?
Yeah, let's get into the core concept.
To really grasp it, we need a clear mental picture, a foundational idea. And our sources suggest it's brilliantly captured by what I think is a really insightful analogy: the airport control tower.
Oh, that's a great one. Yeah, it's incredibly apt, isn't it?
Yeah.
It immediately gets the core idea across in a way most people can relate to.
Right.
Think about an airport control tower. It's the absolute nerve center of the whole operation. It's
Right.
not just watching, it's managing this incredibly complex, dynamic, high-stakes environment. Split-second decisions matter.
Hugely.
Precisely. So let's break that down. An airport control tower, it's getting constant streams of data from everywhere, right?
All sorts of sources.
Radar tracking planes, filed flight plans, real-time weather, ground crew communications, even the status of runway lights,
Everything.
all feeding into one central place, giving the controllers this unified, living, breathing picture of the whole situation, air and ground.
That unified view. That holistic view, grasping the whole operational landscape at a glance. That's precisely what Palantir's Gotham and Foundry platforms aim to provide for an organization's data.
It's not just piling up data.
No. It's an intelligent, interconnected, almost like a living map of everything that matters for the operation.
And what's really key there, I think, is how it moves beyond just seeing the data. It's not just aggregation. Palantir builds what they call an ontology. We'll definitely dive into that more.
Okay.
But this ontology maps everything: assets, people, processes, and critically, the relationships between them. It creates this living digital replica of the organization.
A digital twin.
Exactly, a digital twin,
Yeah.
which allows for this systemic understanding, predicting things, intervening proactively. It's the difference between a flat map and a real-time 3D interactive model of your whole business. You can see the ripple effects before you act.
That is powerful. But, okay, the unified view is one thing. What really elevates Palantir's approach, according to our sources, is what happens next. It's not just seeing, it's acting decisively.
Right, the action part.
And that's where the control tower's standard operating procedures, the SOPs, come in. This mirrors Palantir's AIP. Once the situation is understood, the tower has these clear SOPs guiding pilots, guiding ground teams to act instantly, in coordination, using that same shared info, same rules.
Makes sense.
This SOP automation engine, that's what Palantir's AIP, their artificial intelligence platform, essentially does. It moves from understanding to enabling decisions and automatically executing actions based on rules and live data. It closes the loop.
And that full integration, that is the critical differentiator. It's not just automation. It's intelligent, context-aware automation right at the operational edge.
Right.
Lots of systems might do parts of this, collect data, maybe help with decisions, but very few integrate the whole spectrum. Gathering data, applying complex rules based on a deep understanding of the organization's context, and then automating the execution.
All in one place.
All in one place. Palantir's DecisionOS approach means decisions don't just sit in a report. They become executable commands that directly impact field operations. It provides this incredible agility, especially when seconds count.
Because normally these things are fragmented, right, across loads of different systems, causes delays, mistakes.
Exactly. Delays, inefficiencies, missed opportunities, even errors. That fragmentation is a huge problem Palantir aims to solve.
So putting it all together, Palantir integrates these three key bits into one system, where data is gathered and understood, where decision rules are applied, and where execution is automated. All visible, auditable, managed from one interface.
Yeah. It's like having the full view of the airport, the brain to make the right calls, and the hands to execute instantly, all working together intelligently.
That holistic approach lets organizations operate with, well, unprecedented efficiency, responsiveness, control, especially in those high-stakes, fast-moving situations.
Precisely. It's about empowering the humans with better information and automating the routine, rule-based stuff so they can focus their brain power on the really complex, strategic, nuanced challenges, the things that still need human ingenuity.
That definitely clarifies how they tackle that huge challenge of turning messy data into action. But, to really appreciate where Palantir is today, we need to understand its journey. It has this, well, fascinating history.
Oh, mythical, yeah.
Evolving from secret intelligence missions to now transforming global enterprises.
Indeed. Founded in 2003, its initial growth, driven by building really sophisticated software for U.S. intelligence agencies. Famously, the CIA was an early one.
Right.
This early focus on national security, plus early investment from the CIA's venture arm in QTEL, quickly earned it that intriguing reputation.
Yeah.
Silicon Valley's CIA company.
That moniker definitely adds to the mystique. Sounds like something out of a spy novel.
It really does. It suggested capabilities beyond typical startups. They were solving some of the world's most complex, sensitive data problems right from the start.
But then a big shift happened. They started expanding beyond government and defense, aggressively.
Yeah, they introduced Foundry. That was the platform specifically for civilian enterprises. A crucial transition from niche intelligence provider to a more general-purpose data and AI company.
Taking those battle-tested capabilities into totally new areas.
And that was a big deal. Adapting tech built for incredibly demanding life-or-death intelligence ops and making it work for, optimizing supply chains, managing hospitals, predicting market shifts.
Different worlds, but similar underlying needs for integrated data, insights, secure systems.
Exactly. The challenge was making that specialized government tech practical and valuable for diverse corporate uses.
And what we're seeing now, especially between, say, 2023 and 2025, is this dramatic surge in commercial revenue.
Huge acceleration.
And our sources highlight that this is largely driven by the success and rapid adoption of AIP, the artificial intelligence platform, bringing generative AI right into business operations.
That's right. The arrival of generative AI created this new urgency everywhere. Organizations needed to operationalize their data in new ways.
Beyond just talking to a chatbot.
Way beyond. AIP provided that bridge from theoretical AI models to practical applications delivering real business value. That's what catalyzed their commercial expansion. They hit a real market need.
Okay, so we've traced the journey. Now let's peel back another layer. The architecture of insight. Palantir's core platforms. It's not just one thing, right? It's a suite of interconnected platforms working together.
Exactly. Think of it like a specialized toolkit. Each tool designed for a specific job, but they all integrate seamlessly to achieve something much bigger. This end-to-end solution is a key differentiator.
Let's start with Gotham, the Guardian's brain. This one's for government and defense. High stakes.
Extremely high stakes. Gotham is designed to integrate incredibly diverse, rapidly changing data. Sensor feeds, satellite imagery, intelligence reports, operational data, logistics, you name it.
And the goal?
Helping commanders, analysts, law enforcement identify targets, understand complex unfolding situations, plan intricate missions with speed and accuracy.
Like a battlefield commander needing to grasp everything instantly.
Exactly. Or law enforcement connecting disparate clues, phone records, finance, social media to prevent a crime. Gotham makes sense of variable, high-risk, often chaotic situations. Drastically cuts down decision time when it matters most.
Vital capability.
Yeah.
Okay, next up, Foundry, the enterprise's digital twin. This is Palantir's answer for the private sector.
Right. Foundry helps private companies, factories, hospitals, banks manage their complex operations more intelligently.
How does it work?
It takes raw enterprise data, often messy, fragmented, siloed, and organizes it using that core concept we mentioned, ontology.
We'll get to that.
We will. But that ontology allows businesses to operate their real-world processes as a living, breathing digital twin.
So they can simulate things, analyze impacts.
Exactly. Simulate scenarios, analyze ripple effects, optimize processes proactively before making costly real-world changes. It's like having a real-time simulator for your whole business.
That digital twin concept sounds incredibly powerful. And Foundry recently got an update called peering. What's that about?
Peering. Yes, that's a significant evolution. It's much more than just sharing data.
Yep.
It allows different departments or even completely separate organizations or different Foundry instances to securely share and synchronize their ontology resources, their contextual understanding, their digital models, in real time.
So sharing the meaning, not just the raw data.
Precisely. While maintaining granular control and security over their own underlying data, it unlocks collaborative intelligence across boundaries without compromising security or ownership. Imagine a car maker sharing supply chain insights with a key supplier, both benefiting from a shared operational picture, but neither losing control of their own data.
Fascinating. Secure collaboration. Now let's talk AIP. AI in action, beyond the chatbot. This seems to be the engine driving that recent commercial growth spurt.
It really is. AIP is designed to be the bridge connecting large language models, LLMs, and AI agents directly to an organization's specific data and its standard operating procedures.
Moving beyond chatbots.
Far beyond. It's about achieving actual hands-on automation in the field, influencing real operations. AIP handles the whole flow. Ask a question, analyze data, issue a command, execute the action, all within the organizational context.
Making AI an active participant.
A force multiplier for humans, not just a conversational tool.
Okay, but that immediately raises a huge question for me, and probably for our listeners. When AI agents are actively executing commands, potentially in high-stakes situations, what are the biggest risks? Beyond just technical glitches, are we talking unintended consequences, malicious use? How do they stop that?
That's absolutely critical. And it's something baked into the design, drawing on their government experience. The main risks, beyond glitches, are agents acting outside policy, using bad data, or cause an unforeseen negative impacts.
So how do they guard against that?
Through built-in guardrails. These are foundational. Granular permissions, an agent can only do what it's explicitly allowed to do. Comprehensive auditing, and immutable log of every AI decision and action. Full transparency. And safety mechanisms, often requiring human-in-the-loop validation for critical steps. It ensures agents operate securely, transparently, and strictly within defined organizational policies and ethical boundaries. It's non-negotiable when AI affects real-world outcomes.
That makes sense. Safety first. Finally, there's Apollo, the master conductor. What's its role in this whole ecosystem?
Apollo is basically the deployment and operational engine. It ensures Gotham, Foundry, and AIP run smoothly and consistently anywhere they're needed.
Anywhere. Like
Public clouds like AWS or Azure, on-premise data centers, tiny edge devices like sensors in a factory, and even highly isolated air-gapped networks.
air-gapped, like completely offline.
Exactly. Secure government or critical infrastructure networks, physically disconnected from the internet for maximum security. Apollo allows deployment even there.
Wow. Managing software across all that sounds incredibly complex. How does Apollo achieve that operational excellence?
It's a major technical feat. Apollo solves distributed software management at scale. For air-gapped systems, for instance, it uses a secure satellite approach.
Sure.
Updates aren't downloaded, they're delivered via physically transferred, cryptographically signed bundles.
Like carrying a USB drive, but super secure.
Kind of, yeah. Highly secure bundles, validated and deployed locally, ensures integrity and consistency even in the most disconnected places. Very few competitors can do that reliably. Beyond that, Apollo standardizes release channels, manages canary deployment.
Rolling out updates slowly.
Right. Handles rollbacks if needed, manages configurations consistently everywhere. It drastically reduces operational risks, cuts DevOps costs, ensures reliability no matter the environment. It's a huge differentiator.
Okay, we've mentioned this word ontology quite a few times now. And I know for many listeners, it sounds, well, really complex, almost philosophical.
It can definitely sound daunting, yeah.
I like it.
Academic even.
But our mission is clarity. So let's really deconstruct ontology, the company's digital brain maps. We need to make this crystal clear.
Absolutely. Because it is a core concept. You can't fully grasp Palantir's power without understanding ontology.
Let's start simple. One-line definition. Our sources say it's essentially a map that computers can understand using human language of a company's operations.
That's a great starting point. It's about giving the computer a deep, meaningful understanding of your world, your assets, people, processes, and crucially, how they all connect and interact. It's the semantic glue. Makes data truly intelligent.
Okay, to really make it tangible, let's use that analogy. Comparing ontology to an Excel spreadsheet. Most people know Excel.
Right. Excel is great for storing structured data. Rows, columns, part number, quantity, price. A machine can do calculations sum, average, max. Easy.
Yeah.
But here's the limit. Excel itself doesn't understand the relationship between this part, the warehouse it's in, and the team that orders it. It doesn't know the meaning or the context in the real world. It's just numbers and text in cells. A flat list of facts.
So Excel stores data, crunches numbers, but doesn't get the story behind it.
Sure.
Or the rules.
Exactly. Now contrast that with ontology. It goes beyond flat data. First, it represents part as an object, warehouse as an object, procurement team as an object, the nouns.
Okay.
Then, crucially, it explicitly defines the relationships between them, the verbs. This part is stored in this warehouse. Its responsible team is the procurement team. Even better. If inventory of this part is low, then follow this specific procedure to order more, contacting the procurement team.
Ah, it adds the meaning, the context, the operational rules into the data itself.
Yes, that interconnected layer of meaning, context, and rules, explaining not just what things are, but how they relate, interact, behave in your specific business.
So the simplified takeaway, ontology gives data meaning and context a computer can truly grasp, making it way more than just numbers and text. It's like embedding the instruction manual, the org chart, the playbook, the whole web of relationships.
Precisely. Transforms passive data into active, understandable, actionable knowledge for a machine. It's the difference between a dictionary and an intelligent conversation partner who understands your world.
Let's use a concrete example. A car company. How would its ontology look, and what could it do?
Okay, a car company. Its ontology defines key objects: engine, chassis, battery, customer order, factory, supplier, the core things.
The nouns.
Right, then it maps the relationships, the verbs. An engine is produced in a specific factory. That factory sources parts from specific suppliers. A customer order comes in, specifies a model, which requires a chassis, engine, battery to be assembled together. It builds this intricate web of operational meaning.
And the real benefit of this detailed map, this digital brain map.
With this map, the system can automatically figure out things like, for this customer order, which factory needs which exact parts from which suppliers, and precisely when do they need to hit the assembly line to meet the deadline without causing delays or overstock.
That's way beyond just knowing inventory counts.
Absolutely. It leverages that deep understanding of interconnectedness, objects, relationships to give proactive insights and drive automated actions. It can simulate scenarios, predict bottlenecks, recommend optimal paths, all because it understands the whole ecosystem.
Which brings us right back to why ontology is so critical for AI, especially Palantir's AIP agents. It seems like the absolute linchpin.
It is, totally. Databases store data efficiently. Great record keepers. But ontologies infuse that data with real-world meaning, context, active relationship.
That semantic layer.
That semantic layer is exactly what allows AI, like AIP agents, to understand business operations, almost like a human would. Without it, AI sees 50. It doesn't know that means critically low inventory about to halt a multi-million-dollar production line. Ontology bridges that huge gap between raw data and intelligent, actionable understanding. Lets the AI reason about the operational world.
So it's like giving the AI the complete live digital brain map of the company, including all the rules and processes, something no database alone can do.
Exactly. Humans implicitly know if this is low, call that team, follow this procedure. Computers don't. Ontology makes that implicit knowledge explicit, structured, and actionable for machines. It's what lets Palantir turn data not just into info, but into a dynamic, proactive decision engine.
And that's the key takeaway. Ontology elevates Palantir from just a reporting tool telling you what happened into an operational OS.
That's the perfect way to put it. It goes way beyond summarizing the past or showing the present, because the system deeply understands the business structure, processes, rules via the ontology. It can directly influence and automate field operations. It becomes this living system that reflects the business and can intelligently guide, execute, even preempt actions within it. The operational operating system.
Okay, we've got ontology, the digital brain map providing meaning. Now let's see how it all culminates in bringing AI to life, how AIP closes that crucial talk, decide, execute loop. This is where Palantir aims to be that true decision OS.
Yes, that decision OS concept is central. It's about closing the entire cycle. Data intake, analysis, informed decision-making, and automated real-world execution, all on one unified learning platform.
How is this really different from traditional business intelligence BI tools? Lots of companies have those for reporting.
That's a key distinction. Traditional BI tools, great at reports, trends, anomalies, summaries, visualizations, excellent, but they usually stop there.
They show you the info, then it's up to you.
Right. A human interprets, decides what to do, then manually initiates actions, often in a totally different system. Palantir embeds the decision rules, permissions, workflows directly onto the ontology.
So decisions become actions faster.
Immediately. Decisions derived from the data, understood in context, can be commanded straight to field systems, directly influencing, automating operations, often without manual steps for everything.
And this is where AIP really comes into its own, connecting LLMs, AI agents to the company's data and SOPs.
Absolutely. AIP is the engine that orchestrates this automation. It streamlines the whole workflow. Natural language question, intelligent analysis, precise command, automated execution.
Got an example?
Sure. Manufacturing plant. Manager asks inventory status for component X considering production schedules, recommended action if below safety levels.
Okay.
An AIP agent instantly analyzes inventory against rules in the ontology, simulates outcomes, maybe gets human approval if needed based on rules, then automatically generates and executes a purchase order. Simultaneously updates logistics, production schedules.
So it's standardizing human-agent collaboration, AI as an assistant, or even an autonomous executor for defined tasks, within controls, obviously.
Yeah, precisely. Robust collaboration. Proper permissions are always checked. Every AI action leaves a clear audit trail. Full transparency. Safety guardrails, human-in-the-loop checks for critical decisions are rigorously followed. The AI integrates into the operational fabric, enabling speed and resilience never before possible, while maintaining control.
Okay, we've dissected the tech, explored the philosophy, seen how AIP closes the loop. But the proof is in the pudding, right?
Always.
Let's move from theory to reality. How are Palantir's platforms delivering results across different industries? Let's look at some before and after scenarios, real-world impact.
Yes, these case studies are crucial. They show how these powerful, sometimes abstract capabilities translate into concrete, measurable improvements, practical applications.
Let's start with aviation and manufacturing. Airbus and their Skywise platform, powered by Foundry, what was the before picture?
Before Foundry and Skywise, the aviation ecosystem was incredibly fragmented. Data from aircraft, maintenance logs, flight ops, supply chains all siloed. Within Airbus, across airlines, across thousands of suppliers.
What problems did that cause?
Huge delays in getting critical parts. Predictive maintenance was reactive. A nightmare. Inefficient resource allocation. Planes grounded longer than necessary, costing a fortune, disrupting schedules. Key insights were just locked away in separate systems.
And the after, with Foundry enabling Skywise.
Foundry connected all that disparate data flight ops, engineering, maintenance, supply chain into the Skywise collaboration platform. A shared, secure digital ecosystem between Airbus, airlines, manufacturers.
The main benefits.
Dramatically improved predictive maintenance, anticipating issues before they happen, reducing downtime, optimized parts turnover, right part, right place, right time, minimizing inventory costs, delays, and beyond efficiency. A huge increase in collaboration and transparency across the whole value chain. Proactive, not reactive.
Massive efficiency gain, huge resilience boost for a critical industry.
Okay, next, food and beverage. Heineken using AIP for logistics.
Heineken's before was pretty common for large consumer goods companies, relying on manual adjustments, disconnected spreadsheets, static dashboards to manage fluctuating demand and supply chain risks.
Meaning slow responses.
Slower, less agile responses to market changes, disruptions, shifts in taste, leading to potential lost sales or excess inventory.
And with AIP, how did Palantir demonstrate a change?
They showed how AIP could detect inventory risks in real time across their distribution network, simulate response strategies, rerouting shipments, adjusting production, then assist with generating orders and optimize logistics instructions, often with minimal human input.
So faster, smarter reactions.
Much faster. Heineken reported significant improvement in decision-making speed for its U.S. subsidiary, reacting faster, more intelligently to market dynamics, a clear example of field automation. AIP actively enabling and executing solutions. Great example of going beyond the chatbot. What about motorsport? Ferrari using Foundry and Apollo. High stakes, high speed.
Formula One, yeah. Every millisecond, every drop of fuel counts. Before Palantir, Ferrari managed race data, simulation results, parts data mostly separately. Fragmentation meant strategic adjustments during fast-paced races were slow, reactive, suboptimal, could cost them a championship.
And with Palantir, Foundry and Apollo.
Foundry integrates all that performance data, live telemetry, historical data, simulations into a unified real-time picture, enabling rapid, data-driven decisions on tire strategy, fuel management, pit stop timing.
And Apollo's role here?
Apollo is crucial. It ensures these mission-critical systems are continuously deployed, updated right at the circuit, even in secure air-gap environments within the team. Guarantees real-time access to the latest, most accurate data and analytics anywhere in the world. True agility in a dynamic environment.
From F1 to public health. The NHS in the UK using Foundry for its Federated Data Platform, FDP. What were the challenges there?
Before the FDP project, individual hospitals and trusts in the vast NHS were often deep data silos. Separate systems for patient records, beds, staffing, supplies. Made it incredibly hard to optimize resources like bed allocation across a region, manage surgical waiting lists, distribute resources effectively system-wide, especially during crises. Hampered a holistic view.
And with Foundry in the FDP, the aim, impact, and the surrounding issues.
The FDP aims to link that siloed data, create a secure, unified view to optimize resource allocation, patient flow, planning across the whole NHS. Huge potential for efficiency, better outcomes, improved crisis response. But this case also highlights that intense public debate around data governance and privacy, especially with sensitive health data.
What are the specific concerns people raise?
Ensuring anonymization, preventing unauthorized sharing, transparency about who accesses what data and why. Patient advocacy groups are very vocal. Palantir has to navigate that delicate balance, maximizing efficiency while protecting privacy. Technically, permissions, encryption, audit logs, and ethically through transparency and robust oversight.
And the contract value, reported up to $480 million, definitely brings scrutiny.
Absolutely. Significant value, significant scrutiny. Trust and robust controls are essential for Palantir in these sensitive sectors.
That's a critical point about the societal implications. So summarizing these diverse cases, aviation, beer, racing, healthcare, what are the common threads?
Across the board, the consistent effects are significantly faster decision-making leading to more agile operations, dramatically enhanced collaboration, breaking down silos even across organizations, and a greater proportion of automated field operations, reducing manual work and errors. Precise KPIs are often confidential, but the directional improvements, less downtime, faster time to market, better resource use, are consistently reported as substantial.
Okay, we've explored the tech, the real-world impact. Let's zoom out now. Look beyond individual clients. How's Palantir doing financially? Its market position, the future outlook. Let's tie it all together.
Right, the bigger picture. The recent Q2 2025 financials were really compelling. Strong momentum. As we mentioned, $1 billion in total revenue, up 48% year over year.
Yeah.
Impressive.
U.S. revenue, $733 million, up 60%. And that standout U.S. commercial revenue, $306 million, soaring 93% year over year. Really shows strong product market fit in their home market.
And margins.
Healthy. YAP operating margin 27%, adjusted operating margin 46%. Shows efficiency alongside that rapid growth. Plus, their U.S. commercial customer base grew to 485 on a trailing 12-month basis.
That near doubling in U.S. commercial growth is remarkable. What are the primary drivers behind that acceleration? Especially when some companies are still hesitant about big AI projects.
Great question. Several key market drivers are at play. First, public and defense sectors. There's a structural accelerating demand for advanced C4ISR software.
Command, control, communications, computers, intelligence, surveillance, reconnaissance. Got it.
Right, driven by digitalization of multi-domain warfare. Information advantage is key. That C4ISR market is projected to grow significantly, reaching over $190 billion by 2033. A solid 4% CITJR. Palantir's Gotham is right in the sweet spot there.
Any specific examples? Well, US DoD's Project Maven MSS contract ceiling was expanded to $1.3 billion by 2029. That's the program total, not just Palantir's share, but it clearly shows growing demand for AI-driven ISR and decision support where Palantir is a key player.
So governments and defense need smarter software for complex ops. What about the enterprise, the civilian side?
There, the widespread adoption of generative AI and AI agents into core operations is fueling massive spending increases on data plus operational automation.
Beyond chatbots again?
Way beyond. Making AI an active part of business processes, IDC sees global AI spending hitting $632 billion by 2028, the enterprise application market over $600 billion. These numbers assume AI integrated deeply into business, which is exactly what Palantir enables with Ontology and AIP.
And all the new data centers being built.
Exactly. Record U.S. data center construction, $40 billion annually in 2025, driven by Gen AI. Creates a huge ripple effect, driving investment into the operational software and data platforms needed to actually use all that new AI power effectively.
And public healthcare, regulated industries, unique demands there.
Absolutely. A tough balancing act. Urgent need for efficiency bed allocation, waiting lists, pharma supply chains, but also dealing with incredibly sensitive data, intense governance issues, public scrutiny.
Like the NHS deal showed.
Precisely. Both huge opportunity and intense scrutiny. Makes robust technical controls, permissions, audit logs, encryption, and total transparency absolutely essential for Palantir's expansion there. Trust is paramount.
With all this demand, what's the competitive landscape like? Who are they up against? How do they stand out?
In the broad data AI platform space, you have heavy hitters. Snowflake for data warehousing, Databricks for lakehouse architecture, MLC3.ai for industry-specific AI apps.
So how does Palantir differ?
Palantir deliberately focuses on that operational layer, integrating deeply with a company's specific business model and workflows for direct automation and decision execution. It's not just storage, basic ML, or general AI model.
And defense.
They're distinct from companies like Anduril, which combines hardware, like drones, with software. Palantir is more software-centric. Command, control, decision aid. The brain for existing or new hardware.
So that focus on operationalizing data and AI is their niche. What are their biggest strengths?
That exceptional U.S. commercial growth, 93% UI, five-fold increase in large deals over $5 million. That's undeniable strength. Shows deep market penetration, validated fit.
What else?
Their strong defense references, Maven, Army's Titan prototype, give huge credibility, translates to security and reliability for commercial clients. And finally, Apollo. That unique platform for homogeneous deployment across multi-cloud, air-gapped edge, huge technical differentiator, especially for clients with the toughest security needs. Few others can match that.
Okay, but no company is perfect. What are the key risks and weaknesses listeners should know about Palantir?
Right, challenges exist. Valuation is one often discussed. The stock more than doubled in 2025, leading to high valuation debates, even with that impressive Rule of 40 score of 94 in Q2.
Rule of 40, remind us.
Yeah, it's a SASA metric. Revenue growth rate plus profit margin. 40 is good, 94 is exceptional, showing both rapid growth and efficiency. Still, valuation is debated. And remember, this is informational, not investment advice.
Got it. Other risks.
Sensitivity to government budgets and policy changes given their history. The sheer complexity of implementing their systems in large enterprises can mean long integration cycles, high upfront costs, might slow adoption for smaller firms.
What about vendor lock-in?
That's a potential concern too. Deep integration with the ontology might make switching platforms difficult later. And finally, that ongoing ethical and PR scrutiny, especially around data privacy in sensitive areas like healthcare, NHS FDP, requires constant transparency and trust building. That's a persistent risk.
That's a fair assessment of the challenges. Looking ahead then,
Base scenario, continued strong U.S. commercial growth, more AIP enterprise expansion deals moving from pilots to full adoption, stable execution on big government projects like Maven, Titan. This makes their 2025 revenue guidance of $4.15 billion look highly achievable.
and the upside potential.
Accelerated expansion through major systems integrator or reseller partnerships, like a big Fujitsu AIP licensing deal, broadens reach massively without Palantir servicing everyone directly. Also, standardizing industry-specific reference architectures could speed up deployment in new verticals.
For listeners following Palantir, what key metrics or checkpoints should they watch?
3 things. 1, the AIP pilot to expansion conversion rate shows if initial engagements turn into real revenue, crucial for their commercial strategy.
2,
U.S. commercial customer count and remaining deal value, RDV trends. Strong leading indicators of commercial momentum, future revenue.
and 3.
Real-world utilization and expansion of big government projects like Maven and Titan. Signals continued trust, deep engagement, and their role in national security.
Okay, this brings us to a really big question, one that keeps people up at night when we talk powerful AI and automation. The human element,
Yeah, the jobs question.
the core concern. Will AI agents just replace human jobs? Or is it more transformative, more nuanced?
It's a critical question, and Palantir addresses it directly. Their perspective is less about wholesale replacement, more about a profound reorganization of work, shifting human focus.
So how should we think about AIP agents and their impact on jobs? Is there an analogy for that relationship?
Yes, our sources suggest a useful one. Think of AIP agents as AI team leaders.
AI team leaders.
Okay. Their main job is efficiently compiling reports from their team members, the data, the systems, the processes, and then issuing instructions or executing commands based on established rules within the context of the ontology. They streamline the flow of information and action within defined parameters, high-volume, routine stuff.
So these AI team leaders are great at the routine, the predictable, the rule-based tasks. What can't they do? Where are humans still essential?
Crucially, they rely on human executives, strategists for new strategies, setting long-term goals, making complex ethical judgments AI can't handle, navigating totally new situations. The AI executes within parameters, optimizes existing processes, provides insights. The human sets direction, defines boundaries, introduces real innovation, empathy.
Makes sense. So where does AIP focus its automation? Not every job, right?
No, not every level. Important distinction. AIP focuses on augmenting or automating middle manager level decision flows.
Middle manager level, like.
The repetitive analyses, generating routine reports, processing approvals based on set criteria, issuing recurring rule-based instructions, things that currently eat up a lot of human time and brainpower. Optimizing those crucial but often mundane high-volume decision loops.
Can you give some concrete examples across different functions?
Sure. Logistics.
Yeah.
Automating routine shipment scheduling based on demand, ordering stock when levels dip, dispatching transport based on optimized routes. Quality control. Detecting defects from sensor data, automatically triggering recalls or re-inspections without a human needing to review every single case.
Finance.
Generating automated P&L simulations, analyzing budget scenarios, flagging discrepancies, maybe initiating approval workflows for standard transactions, instant insights, less manual work.
So it tackles analytical, rule-based, data-intensive, time-consuming tasks, but not necessarily things needing unique human judgment. What's the broader impact on the workforce? Short-term, long-term? Big efficiency and productivity gains. AI agents take over repetitive middle manager tasks, routine office functions, frees up human employees from drudgery. One person's old duties might now be handled faster, more consistently by agents across many sites, allows humans to focus on higher value work.
So efficiency, shifting focus, not just replacement. What about the long term? How do job roles evolve? Long term, it's not seen as total workforce replacement, but a profound transformation of job roles. New positions emerge. Skill requirements shift. We'll see AI agent operators overseeing systems, auditors ensuring ethical, compliant operation. Critically, policy designers creating and refining the rules for AI behavior, needing both tech and business savvy.
So humans shift too.
Higher level, uniquely human tasks. Complex strategy, creative problem solving, nuanced ethical decisions, relationship management, real innovation.
So the bottom line isn't wholesale job elimination, but a reorganization of work, letting humans unlock new potential.
That's exactly it. It's a tool to maybe automate the roles of perhaps 3 out of 10 middle managers, thereby accelerating the entire team's pace and elevating the other 7. It facilitates restructuring work, letting humans focus on complex, high-value stuff, needing abstract thought, empathy, creativity, augmenting human potential, not diminishing it.
Wow. This has been a really deep dive into the tech, the operations, the impact. But before we wrap up, let's touch on a few fun facts, maybe. The philosophical roots that give Palantir its, well, intriguing character.
Yeah, the company definitely has a unique flavor. Comes from the name, the origins, even the CEO's distinctive personality and philosophical background. It all shapes the culture.
Let's start with the name itself, Palantir. Where's that from? What does it mean for the company?
It's straight out of J.R.R. Tolkien's world, The Lord of the Rings. The Palantiri were magical seeing stones.
Ah, the seeing stone.
Exactly. They allowed communication, sight across vast distances, seeing events far away, maybe glimpses of past or future. That name literally means one who sees far, or far-seer.
Perfect symbol for a data intelligence company.
Right. Symbolizes their vision. Connect disparate information. Let organizations see far into operations, anticipate challenges, understand complexity with clarity. A powerful metaphor.
Almost poetic. And then there's that famous moniker, Silicon Valley CIA company. How did that stick?
Comes from the very early days. Palantir got initial funding from the CIA's venture arm in QTEL. That, plus their classified work for top intelligence and defense agencies, quickly earned them that nickname.
Hinting at power, secrecy.
Exactly. Instilled admiration for their capabilities, but sometimes skepticism about transparency, privacy. But that foundation also built a culture focused on security, data integrity, solving incredibly complex, high-stakes problems.
And speaking of unique, let's talk CEO Alex Karp. Not your typical tech CEO.
Not at all. A big part of the company's character. He has a PhD in German philosophy from Goethe University, Frankfurt.
Philosophy, unusual for a tech CEO.
Very unusual.
Yeah.
His appearance too long, curly hair, meditative demeanor sets him apart. And he makes these provocative, thoughtful, public statements.
Like that famous one, I am not a capitalist. That raised eyebrows. What's behind that? What does it suggest about Palantir's ideology?
Yeah, that statement sparked a lot of discussion. Offers a glimpse into their unique culture, maybe ideology. It suggests a focus beyond just pure short-term profit, maybe into societal impact, utility, a broader philosophical commitment to Western institutions, values, given their work with governments, critical infrastructure.
Implying a deeper purpose.
Perhaps. A belief their tech aims to strengthen and secure society's foundational operations, even if some decisions aren't purely about maximizing immediate shareholder value. Adds another layer to understanding their long game, their unique position.
It definitely paints a picture of a company with a strong, maybe unconventional sense of purpose, guided by an equally unconventional leader, highlights the human values behind the mission.
Indeed. Reminds us that behind powerful tech, there are human decisions, values, philosophies shaping its development, application, impact. That blend of cutting-edge tech and philosophical underpinning really defines Palantir.
And that brings us towards the close of this really comprehensive deep dive into Palantir. What a journey. History, tech, impact, character.
It truly has been. We've seen Palantir's core function, closing that whole data to decision to execution cycle, providing that operational OS powered by Ontology, the digital brain map, and its AI agents.
We explored the impact in government and defense, Gotham providing battlefield awareness, mission automation, and in civilian enterprises, Foundry and AIP automating inventory, quality control, demand forecasting, finance simulations, supply chains.
And we looked at how AI agents are transforming work, not mass replacement, but automating those repetitive middle manager level decision flows, freeing humans for strategic, creative, innovative, ethical work, augmenting capability.
So as we wrap up, I want to leave you, our listener, with a final thought, something to chew on.
Okay.
Consider how Palantir's approach to automating these routine yet critical middle manager level decisions could fundamentally reshape not just how organizations operate, but our very understanding of what human work is in an AI-driven world.
Hmm.
As AI handles more of the how-to, the predictable what is, what truly innovative what ifs will we as humans finally have the time, the mental space, the ingenuity to explore?
That's a profound question. Points to a future where human creativity, empathy, strategic foresight become even more valuable, liberated from repetitive tasks, pushing boundaries.
Absolutely. Thank you for joining us on the deep dive. We really hope this conversation has given you a clearer, more comprehensive, truly insightful understanding of Palantir and its transformative impact.
Hope it was helpful.
Until next time, keep digging, keep learning, and keep asking those big questions.